Welcome back, Culture Caucus. I am so excited to have you here. If you are new, welcome. And maybe buckle up. Today's episode is amazing. We have everything. Politicians fresh out of the office, still craving the spotlight and security. Award shows with even less purpose, but way more laughs. Superman's super fail, and so much more. I'm also thrilled to have my producer, my director, and my amazing friend Tanya with me here today. Let's get into it. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 5th episode of Pop-Litical Read. I am so excited, so thrilled. I know I say that every week, but I'm super excited to have my girl Tanya here with me. Welcome to the podcast, Tanya.
Hi, everyone.
Tanya has been my producer, my director, my lighting. She has given such valuable feedback. So if you have been listening or watching since episode 1, this whole backdrop all came from Tanya's brilliant mind. The lighting, how close I am to the camera, the audio. She's given tremendous feedback. So I appreciate you, Tanya. I am going to ask you a question. What's something you enjoy doing, even though you are not very good at it?
You know, being from a Filipino, you would think that I would either be a great dancer, I would be in the medical field, I would be a good singer, but I didn't inherit any of those. So I would say that one thing that I always am doing is singing, even though I shouldn't be. So that could just be anywhere, but honestly, I don't care. So I'm sure everyone knows the, Golden, so the song Trending. I am those like funny videos of people like literally screaming at the top of their lungs in the car trying to sing that song. Yeah, I'm that person. You could see
So
me
I
in
should
the car
always keep a
trying.
car's length distance if we are in traffic, so that you don't blast
No,
out my
because
Spotify.
you'll be singing with me. Because you'll be there with me too, so it don't matter.
So as
Cameron Diaz,
Cameron Diaz would say, you're a classic Filipino, the Filipinos. So do you like karaoke? Are you like, is that a jam for you on the weekend?
Of course. I have the karaoke machine in my closet. You know what's funny is that during the wedding, because Francis's family is so huge, and we rented like this huge van that we all was like, it'd be funny if we just brought the karaoke machine inside the car. So one thing that we did is we also had to pick up my daughter at school, and I was like, oh my God, I'm totally gonna call her out with this mic right now. So I'm like, we're
You
here,
did not.
come to the I did, of course I did.
Of course you
what
did.
kind of mom would I be with not embarrassing her daughters?
Okay, Tanya, so tell our listeners how we met. So I always love to do a backstory with my guests.
Okay, so it was a long time ago. We won't talk about how long ago, but it was a long time ago.
1762.
Jeremy and I met at this store that starts with Nord, ends with Strum. And we worked in cosmetics together.
I wonder where it could be.
And honestly, I feel like the reason why we became friends is because Jeremy would sell me everything at his counter, and I would just be like, yes. He would try to sell me the shirt off of my back, and I'm like, put it in the bag, charge me. So I probably was his like favorite customer. And honestly, I feel like I don't know how it kind of grew from that, but I know that I moved to LA and you followed me shortly afterward, and then
I wouldn't phrase it that way, but yes.
We had a lot of good times that I don't really talk about anymore.
Let's just say we used to visit this country, the country of China, and I'll leave it there as a nugget for our listeners. Okay, so first of all, I would agree with most of that assessment. I wouldn't say I followed you. I would say that we had an alignment that we both wanted to move to LA, and you moved first, and then I got the confidence to move, and that brought our relationship so much closer because other than your aunt that lived here, it was really like you and I, and so we just got even more and more bonded, and we went on some crazy early 20 adventures. And yeah, I think that really like cemented our friendship, and so many more avenues of friendships grew from that. So it was just kismet that we were supposed to meet. So, okay, let's talk about there's so many things that have happened this week. It has been an absolutely insane Mercury and Gatorade. So, I think the one of the wildest interactions and intersections this last week is Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, the former Prime Minister of Canada, have been rumored and spotted dating and out together. What the fuck is that about? What do you make of that?
So again, I already told you ahead of time that I might have some unpopular opinions, but I am definitely
controversy. I live for controversy.
I am not a Katy Perry stan. I don't understand what the hype is around
She's an
her,
astronaut.
and I'm like, why? That is something else. I was like, okay, let's put her in the same group of like activists and all these other huge people. But yeah, let's just throw Katy Perry into space.
Rosie the Riveter, they're all
there.
the same. It's all everyone's creating fireworks.
But honestly, I just kind of felt was like, I don't really care, but also it's why? That's immediately what I thought about. I was like,
I personally feel that they both want attention, that they've been semi-canceled, and they're just looking for more controversy to bring attention. I think that there's a level of celebrity and a level of politicians that inherently have a little bit of narcissism. And I think that they can't stand that they're not the center of attention. And I think it's like a really good PR move. It's this like US and Canada, and it's just the randomest thing. I mean, Justin Trudeau was like the hot prime minister. Everybody like was obsessed with him. And then he really like kind of fell out of public opinion, public favor. And Katy Perry at one point was really hot. And then it was like, girl, now you're on the reboot of American Idol. Like, does anybody watch that anymore? You're going like up in in space for 8 seconds, like with the millionaires to just waste money for what? Like, so I think that they both have just got on the wrong side of the public, and I don't know why they thought this would be a good PR move, but it ain't doing it for me.
No, absolutely, it's not. That's why I said, I'm like, why are we even talking about it?
What would be like a politician? I mean, we've already kind of had it sort of with like Maria Shriver and Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, that obviously like imploded, but they were married for a very long time. What is a celebrity couple that you would like to see that would be like an interaction, like AOC and Chris Hemsworth? Like, I know that's like not a real like kind of couple, like that wouldn't really jive with her, but who pops to mind for you? Your face is like,
it's just, to me, that is really hard. I just don't even, to be quite honest, I don't think if you're a celebrity in terms of like in the entertainment business, you shouldn't have anything to do with politics whatsoever. That's just me, honestly. And so I just feel like you had mentioned, it's more of like a publicity thing. Like, okay, what can I do? Who can I start dating to get a certain audience from both sides, right? So that's where I'm like, okay, well, if we're not a fan of Justin Trudeau, or I don't even have his name right, the prime minister, like, oh yeah, Katy Perry, let me see if I can get her fans to start liking me, something like that. You know what I mean? So I don't really have anything, really, no comment about it, honestly.
maybe it's like a Chat GPT fail. It's like, don't always listen to Chat GPT. It says on the bottom, like, answers may be wrong. And they were like, what can I do? Like, the PR assistant is like, what would be a good distraction? Katy Perry, she's going through a divorce from Orlando Bloom. This would be amazing for, and it's like, no, that's like, you got to read the fine print. You got to look again. It's not accurate. Okay, let's move on from them.
It's not it.
Let's talk about the Labubu phase. What's your take on Labubus?
Well, I was also that person who was like, I don't get it. I don't get why people are buying all these stupid
They look
plush
like
toys.
gremlins.
I'll never get into it. And honestly, they're not cute. I mean, but I got them because my daughter wanted them. And honestly, I feel like now it's more about the chase. It's the adrenaline rush of me being able to actually get it. So I think that I read this really good article, and it was from
Did you
Bobby
read the article or did
Hundreds,
you read
which
the
is really
captions?
funny. No, I actually read this article because I was interested. This one I actually read, and it just because I felt like I'm probably going to resonate with this a lot. That's why, which is horrible. And okay, so just kind of backstory of why Jeremy had brought that up is because I am definitely that doom scroller where I won't read the article. I'll just go straight to either the caption and the comments. And I'm looking for that person that is just going to tell me what this article is about so I don't have to read
I'm going to
it.
say you're not alone. I think that there is the tens of people that are listening. Think about 80% of them are doing the same thing. So I'm going to need them to be the people in the comments now and drop a comment on this video and say, Tanya, you are not alone. I stand with you. I sit with you. I scroll with you. You know, you get the vibe.
Yes. Yes. But he really kind of touched on a lot of things that I think, even for me, as what are we considered elder millennials now? Which it kills
I think
me,
we're
but
just
I don't
regular
know.
millennials. Let's just call ourselves regular millennials.
Okay.
I think that's
Okay.
better for us.
So as a millennial and like a sneakerhead before, it was all about like waiting in line, waiting for it to drop and seeing if you could get it, right? And so I think that's really what it has become with me. So I'm literally like waiting at 7 o'clock, which is so insane.
Shut
for
up.
these stupid toys to drop so I can try to snag one. But then once I get it, I'm like, why did I buy another one? Like instant.
Okay, so are you
But
getting
here
the
I am
ones that
every
are like
week.
you know what you're getting in the box, or you're getting like the mystery box ones? Like, which ones are you standing in line for? I need to know all the
So
details of
that's
the
the thing.
Lobu.
It's definitely all about the surprise. So it's the surprise of like wanting to get obviously the secret ones, getting the one that you want and you just don't know. So, and that's how they get you too, right? Because if you want a certain one, you're like, shit, I didn't get the one I want. So I'm going to buy more until I get the one I want.
So it's a couple
So
of
it's
things. It's
always just
nostalgic.
something.
It's capitalism. It is like tapping into an adrenaline high. Like there's so many elements here. Sorry, my dog is trying to get her toy, which is a squeaker, so I have to hide it. So this is the reality of podcasting at home. Working from home, being a working parent in 2025 is very hard. So what is your favorite Labubu? And like, where did you first see them? Was it like with Lisa and Blackpink? Was it like where did you see it? Or like, where did your daughter see it that it was like, I need to have it?
I think my daughter saw it on YouTube. I don't know if it was because it was Lisa from Blackpink. I have no idea. It was just kind of crazy because, for my daughter's birthday, I took her to Pop Mart back in April and it wasn't as crazy it was. And knowing that these monsters have been out for such a long time too, and no one cared about them. And it just kind of blew up again that it's been insane. And like literally, okay, so the other thing is too is that I've been very adamant about not getting TikTok at all, like just because I was like, I doom scroll on Instagram way too long, and that's just another thing for me to doom scroll, and I don't want to do that. But I caved and literally just got it just so that I can purchase the stupid Pop Mart toys on TikTok.
You gave in for capitalism.
I'm horrible. I am horrible. Yes, this is why me and you are friends, is because you convinced me that I need every shade of lipstick in the world. And I was like, yes, I do.
You know what? You do America a service. You keep it running. You keep the sales going.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you. You are an American hero.
Oh my God, horrible.
Were you a Beanie Baby girl? Were you a Beanie Baby girl? Did you have any other, like when you were growing up, like Cabbage Patch dolls, like Tamagotchi? Well, we all had Tamagotchis, but what, like a Furby? I had a Furby. My parents made me save up with like my piggy bank. I had to dump it out at Toys R Us, RIP Toys R Us. I know it's like inside of a Macy's in a corner, but it used to be, for those of you that are younger, it used to be its own store, and it was giant. It was like a Costco size, and I had to dump it out, and it was like $28.99 or something, and I had all quarters, and my dad just stood there and was like, "I'm not helping you. You want a Furby? You got to pay for a Furby." I'm like, I found this money at the bottom of the couch.
Okay, so here's the crazy thing is that I don't think I really collected anything like this before. Like, it definitely wasn't a Beanie Baby person or Furby. Definitely, obviously, Tamagotchi. But the weird thing I think that I always collected was like Sanrio stuff. I did buy a lot of Sanrio.
Were you like
And
heavy Hello Kitty, or were you the frog?
No, I was definitely Karopi. Karopi and probably Pachaco were like my number one faves. And honestly, I'll still buy it now, to be quite honest. I'll still buy it now. Oh my God. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like all of these things coming out are really kind of, they're focusing on us. Like, they really are.
They're definitely coming for us. I feel like they're like, millennials are damaged. Yes. They want nostalgia. Like, even we were talking about a couple weeks ago, like movies that are coming out, like they are to soothe our broken hearts. Like Freakier Friday. I honestly cannot wait to see anything with Lohan. I just need her to do another Parent Trap. Like, I don't even care. Like, bring back Meredith, bring back Jesse. Like, I want them all. I will cry. Like, I need to see them to just soothe the fact that I'll never buy a house. You know, like, it's something warm inside. But I have to ask you, now that you said that, do you think you're going to get like targeted ads now? Like to come back for everything that you're talking about? Like, you're going to start getting like a pop-up as soon as we get off of this podcast?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I think like the algorithms are like all hearing us, because it's always so coincidental, right? That whenever I bring up something, like, once you go on your phone, you start seeing like ads after ads. And like, even just like if I'm shopping, I'll see like those ads that are like, these are everything that I would totally buy because of what I've bought. I'm not shopping, but every ad that I see is like definitely things that like I would buy, and they know how to get me because I literally cave, because I'm like, oh yeah, I totally would buy that item. But I think like I recently something happened. I thought it was really, really freaky, is that I was leaving work one day, and we have like off the freeway, there's like this huge, one of those electronic billboards, right? That just kind of change as you drive or whatever. And so as I was driving next to it, there was like a program that I use at work that literally popped up as I drove by it. And I was like, we just released this like this morning. So why is it?
My God.
And I was like, and everyone, like my coworkers were like, that's super coincidental. I was like, that's weird. Like, I know that they purposely do that. And even like where we used to work, I already knew that when they have like marketing ads, yeah, if you're near one and you're listening to the radio, it will play an ad for you because you're near one. And I just already know, I'm like, just even things like that is like, it's freaky. It's scary.
Do you find that like when you're going to Google something, like, and it's in your head, all of a sudden it pops up in the options? I feel like there's already chips in our brain. Yeah. Like, I feel so freaked out. And I feel like 5 years ago, I would never have bought something off of Instagram. Like, I would never click on an ad. But now the ads are so good that I'm like, I have bought so many things. It doesn't mean the quality is good, but I'm like, oh my God, that's like totally for me. Like, and I would never, like, all these years that I've been selling things to people, usually doesn't work on me. And I'm like, damn, AI is so good. Like, I am buying so many things that I don't need, that I don't even end up using. But like, the ads are so good. They're so precise. It's terrifying.
Yeah, there's like, it's almost of like, okay, why do I need this? And honestly, so bringing it back to Pop Mart, it's like, they constantly drop things like brand new. And I'm like, okay, literally last week I was like, I have all of them. I'm good. Get ready. There's a new series coming out in like 2 weeks. I'm like, God, why? And it's like, okay,
Where are
I
you
guess
gonna
I need
put
it. I
them?
need to get them. Honestly, Francis is getting super mad at me because I literally have been like storing them on top of my desk. And when I have to work, I'll literally pick them up and throw them on my bed. And so it's just going back and forth between my bed and my desk like every day. And at one point, I like set it up like in front of my TV, and he was like, "Can you take them down? Because you're all staring at me, and it's freaky." And I was like, "Okay, fine."
With their little gremlin teeth.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we have to talk about, we have to do it in sync. It's the award show, so we have to say the name. Okay, are you ready?
Gosh,
Are you
you're
ready?
testing me
3,
now. No, I
2, 1. Las
last
Culturistas.
resort.
No, ma'am, I did not
That
order
was
the
so
tortas.
insane.
Thank you so much. I actually ordered the enchiladas. No, it's Las Culturistas, not Las Culture Torture. I don't know what you just said, but that wasn't the same thing. I don't know
I
what that
tried.
was.
Okay, I
I'm
tried.
gonna do it again? No. Okay.
Wait, you
So,
said
okay, we'll try it one more time. 3,
no, don't.
2,
Okay.
1. Las Culturistas.
Culturista. Just cut
I
it.
can't breathe. Okay, no. That's going in a reel. Okay, so we have to talk about the award show. Like, it was the most insane, pointless, absolutely hysterical, crying tears of laughter. The categories were insane. Okay, so the first award of the night was to Jeff Goldblum's chest in Jurassic Park.
Oh my
Okay,
gosh.
this is the
I
first
did.
award. Then they gave an award for a creatine award to straight men. Then Lisa Rinna won an award for just wearing whatever the fuck she wants. It was absolutely ridiculous. And it was like the funniest fucking thing that I've ever have seen. And the Emmys, the Oscars, the Golden Globes, they can all learn something because an hour and a half went by and I was laughing nonstop. Do you watch, listen to Las Cotaristas? What do you know about them? Did you
I
see any? I
have
know there was a million clips
so
online.
yeah, I watched a couple of episodes with them and they're just super hilarious. They're just totally a vibe. I definitely enjoy them, but I just to kind of talk about the awards, I just really think that it's something that was needed. You know what I mean? Because I feel like honestly, some of these award shows are complete trash. Like it's not even really based on like okay, best movie, like all of that stuff. And I'm like really because even like after watching the Oscars, like I watch all the movies and I'm like, I don't get it. Like why did that one win over this other one? But again,
Money.
that's just my opinion. But I think that's really what it is. It's just a popularity contest on what is creating the most money and that's what's winning. So that's why I'm just like, it's probably the most valid award, honestly. That's why I think that a lot of people are like, this is the best award I've ever won. It's because it really is. Like all of the other ones are like the joke now.
Yeah, and it's like, as a little gay boy, it was so nice to see two gay men like on a big network like Bravo and then on Peacock where I watched it, to be able to have them like create this show as a joke, they said once on their podcast, and then it materialized and you have like Allison Janney, Kristen Wiig, Quinta Bronson, Andy Cohen kicked it off with them. So many big famous names. It was so much fun. So, truth be told, I've actually only ever listened to one episode of Las Culturistas, and it was with
Mhm.
Sarah Jessica Parker, and it was actually amazing. But I'll tell you why, and this is like a moment of vulnerability with
Okay.
everyone to live in posterity because it's on the internet. But there's a little part of me, and if you've known me, you'll know this rings true, that there's a little part of like internally internal homophobia, which I think a lot of gay men have. And they are so wild, Bowen and Matt Rogers, and like crazy, but so like authentically themselves, but like at 10. And sometimes
Mhm.
that's really like intimidating and overwhelming and triggers my internal homophobia. which I'm obviously working through because this is like half gay podcast. So, it's something that I'm like working on, but then I like listen to it and just like open myself up to just not being an asshole. And I'm like, this is so funny. It's so good. There's so many things I'm stealing. I'm just kidding. And then I watched the show and I'm like, this was literal perfection. And the quality, like this production quality, was like out of this world. It was so good. It was like as good as the Emmys or the Oscars. Like legit. Just putting it
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So let's move from something so fun to something so heartbreaking. Dean Cain, the Superman of the 90s,
Is it
becoming fucking
heartbreaking
ice.
though?
Yes, like what is this? Like
I mean,
you're ruining millennials'
honestly,
hearts.
again, another unpopular opinion. Like, why is he even valid? like who cares? I mean, okay, obviously I care because that's ice, but for him, like you are the lowest of the low. In have been reading like all the trash articles of like because you couldn't make it as an actor, you couldn't do he tried to do something else and couldn't make it or whatever. Literally he had to resort to this. And I'm like, let's bury you. Honestly, it just
You
seems
had
like
to take a
I
job that where you were this former like you were literally Superman, and now you accepted a job
yeah,
that Christy Nome, the Secretary of Homeland, literally rolled back all the way to 18-year-olds being ICE agents, running around with a gun. Your frontal lobe is not even fully developed, baby. And they're running around with a gun, and he's running around with his big old poncho belly. I mean, that ain't no Superman to me, but like, it's so depressing and sad and pathetic, and like, what a piece of shit that's what you want to do. Like, you don't want to go into like real law enforcement. You want to go into this like MAGA 2025 Nazism. Like, it's so
and
foul.
he's mixed race too, which is so crazy. And I think that's there's a lot of things that are happening and just like really sometimes I just don't know what to say because there are people that promote these things or and all for it. And I'm like, your families are immigrants. Like you don't give a shit about what they did to come here. And that's what it really upsets me because it's like when something actually affects them, that's why. When something affects them and it hits home, that's when they're like, I can't believe this. And I'm always like, now freaking dig your grave because you
Yeah,
didn't
you reap what
read
you
thoroughly.
sow.
You obviously, yeah, exactly. So, oh my gosh, but I just, he's not relevant anymore. He hasn't been for such a long time. And honestly, it just made headlines because obviously he was Superman, but like so many other Supermans now. So Henry Cavill
We're
is
just
there.
gonna erase him from history. Yeah, like we don't
Yes,
need him.
yes,
It's a
absolutely.
hard pass. Okay, so let's move
Yes,
on because we
yes,
don't want to give him any more airtime. So I heard that
exactly.
a little birdie told me that you recently traveled Real ID, which is extremely on brand for my director and my producer, Tanya. That's 100% on brand. So tell me, speaking about reaping what you sow, tell me about your experience.
Okay, so first off, it wasn't me. It was someone else that didn't have their ID. I made sure. I am definitely not that person that waited until last minute. But I think because I haven't traveled in so long, and especially because this whole thing rolled out, after reading so many things, and especially with, what's going on, I had so much anxiety traveling. And I think I was more worried about like, okay, we get to the airport. Yes, I'm the Filipino that will arrive at the airport 2 hours early. I was like, we should go like 3.5 hours early just in case because we might have to do extra screening or something has happened. I was just literally like shitting. What could possibly happen? You know what I mean? Just because I didn't know. I don't know what could happen. I haven't traveled in a while. And so really funny. my partner, so Francis, is the one that didn't have his ID, and so he goes up and he's like, "Hey, I don't have my real ID. I need extra screening." And he was like, they were like, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Make sure you get your
What?
real ID." And they give him a piece of paper, and he was like through the line in like 10
So
minutes.
there's a
It
grace
took me
period, is
longer.
basically. Are you serious?
There's not really a grace period, but they're not serious about it. So I was like, okay, cool. Well, let's see how LA is, right? Because more things are happening in LA. So when we left there, we did the same exact thing. I was also a nervous wreck because it happened. And he was like, I need additional screening too because I don't have my real ID. And they're like, oh, it's fine. Just take off your shoes. That's your additional screening. And went right through. And I was like, okay.
So why am I paying for global TSA? I mean, I'm not really
I
because
mean,
it's part of my credit card.
to be quite
But
honest, like I've like heard that people say that if you're traveling out of the state, maybe it's a little bit more strict. But we were just literally going down to LA and coming back like an hour and a half. So maybe they just weren't like too crazy or they weren't like too strict about it. But I was like, oh, my nerves. When I booked my tickets, apparently I put my wrong birth date on my ticket. So I literally
oh my God.
I had to leave the TSA line, go change my ticket. Then once I went back in the TSA line, I left my water bottle at the agent desk. So I literally had to leave again
Now
and come
that
back
is the
in. So
most
it took
on
me,
brand,
yeah.
Tanya.
Yeah, it is. It is typical me. That's why it took me 45 minutes to get through that TSA line just because
So
of
really the
stupid
extra
things that I
screening time
did.
was for Tanya.
Yeah, it really was. It totally was.
So I travel a lot. I cannot stand being in the airport longer than I need to. And even in the hour that I'm there, I want to be in the lounge. What did you do with those 3 extra hours before your flight? I mean, if I could roll in like when the gate is closing, like that would be my preferred style. What do you like? What did you do? Did you eat? Did you get one of those like little massage things? Like you could have basically have driven to LA from where you live, which also, just so everyone knows, Tanya just turned off all of her location services with her friends and family, and now she's on a podcast. So if you listen to last week's episode, you could probably find her on Instagram on the
Yeah.
map.
So,
But what do you what do you do when you're there so long at the airport?
honestly, again, I am that video you can find on Instagram where I'm like, yeah, I need to find my gate just so I can see it and then leave after. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's there. It's still there. We're still leaving on time. But I think what we ended up doing is we literally walked the whole airport. We're like, we need to eat something. So let me buy, this $30 chicken tenders and this $10 beer that I can probably get for $2 outside of the airport. And so did that, watched Netflix for that time. But really, it's
And
more of
yet,
like for me, yeah, it's just peace of mind being there so early.
you still didn't finish Sandman until yesterday. Okay. So for
Hey,
everyone that needs to
thank
know,
you.
which is everyone because I'm making it a topic, Tanya and I love the Sandman, which I need to ask you, did you I didn't know that it was like a comic book story because like I'm not a comic book person and I
Oh
know
my
your
goodness.
face is going to be like 100% duh, Jeremy, but it is so good. But I'm really sick of this part one, part two that Netflix is trying to do with literally everything to like squeak out more money and engagement. And they were part
Mhm.
of that. Stranger Things coming out in 2070 Never. It's part of that. The ad Wednesday is part of that. Like I'm really sick of the part 1 through 75. But what was your like reactions once you finally, after 175 years, finished Sandman Part 2?
It's kind of hard because even though I know it was a comic book, there's also it's like so many series. So it's also like very difficult to kind of squeeze, 10 plus years of comic books into a series, right? And so for me, just watching it, I just enjoy it for what it is, but it's also like I completely forgot because of that whole gap. I'm like, I don't remember what the hell the last episode was about. So I always have to watch like the episode before or watch that recap because I'm like, I don't know what happened anymore. But it was a little slow. It was a little slow in the beginning. And again, it's probably because I forgot like half the shit that I watched from the previous episode. But I still enjoyed it at the end. I think I did like part one more than the ending. It was a good ending. I think it kind of like
Ending
was
devastated me.
what? No,
I
it
was
didn't for
so
me.
sad. I kept
No
thinking, well, I don't
spoilers.
want to give spoilers, but I was waiting for a surprise to happen that it was like, no, what happened, Jeremy. Like it's not gonna be
No.
undone.
I
And
know, like to me it would have been cheesy if they did. Honestly, I think it was great the way that they ended it. But so with the ending though, do you feel like they're gonna come out with another one because of what happened?
that last episode, even though it was beautifully acted, was so fucking boring. I don't need to see a spin-off of that. Although I love that actress and I thought she was, of the endless siblings, she was the most entertaining besides Delirium, which she's just like so cute and such a hot mess.
Maybe.
But like,
Yeah.
but Death is so gorgeous. Her acting is so beautiful. The
Yeah.
way this whole show is shot is absolutely
Yeah.
gorgeous, and
It's
the
awesome.
acting is phenomenal. Lucienne is also another
hmm
one of my favorite characters. Like, I could watch a
Yes.
spin-off about Lucienne. I would find that super
Okay.
interesting.
So sorry to cut you off. Do you totally feel like Lucienne looks exactly like Cynthia Erivo? Because I swear it was like
Yes,
twins.
300%. I was like, wait, she did Wicked and then Sandman? Like, I'm
I
so
know.
confused. I think they would be friends, you know? Like, I think they would totally be friends.
Long lost sisters.
Okay, so let's talk about every fucking celebrity has a podcast. And I don't know if you knew this. So there are so many that I literally had to go and write it down. And this is how I discovered. First of all, there's actually one called that's really good. It's called Good Hang with Amy Poehler. But like, how can you get mad at Amy Poehler? Like, she's so funny. She's
Yeah.
brilliant. She also has
Yeah.
an episode on Masterclass, which is like Chef Kiss. So good.
Mm.
But I was scrolling through Instagram, doom scrolling, and I follow Benito Skinner, hashtag Benito Skinner, shout out, overcompensating, chef's kiss, so brilliant. And he was on Kristen Davis's, this is like 7 Degrees of Kevin Bacon, but podcasting. So Kristen Davis from Sex and the City has a fucking podcast. Like, I'm sorry, I don't care. Like, I don't need her podcast. So then I was like, literally everybody has a podcast. And when I was telling one of my friends about Amy Poehler's, he was like, I can't even support it because it's like a celebrity podcast, like all of them. And I was like, what is he talking about? So these are the ones that are currently, and this was just from like a 10-second Google search. Snooki, Amy Poehler, Ellen Pompeo, Kristen from Sex and the City, Andy Samberg, which I found while listening to the episode of him on Amy Poehler's podcast, Dax Shepard. Like, how many celebrity, like, are they not being booked? Are they not booked and busy?
Weren't they created? A lot of them were created during the pandemic though. Isn't that was like the only way that they were gonna get any type of like money during
Okay,
that
so you're
time?
trying to
And it
make
just
me
kind of
be
got
empathetic right
weird.
now, and I'm like really having a hard time to just not be an asshole because like that does make sense. But they're so rich, like they could like, I mean, we didn't know how long COVID was gonna last, right? But like, you're already famous
But
enough.
I
Like,
mean,
give people like
yeah, I
me a
think it's true
chance.
though.
It's about me. I need the iHeartRadio fucking support, okay? I need one to sponsor me. I need it for me. You're taking up all the airtime. It's just so many. I mean, I know that there obviously is ones that are really good, but like, are there any that like stand out to you when you're doom scrolling and you see that on your algorithm about podcasts? Like, which one would you listen to, or which one do you listen
Well,
to?
honestly, and just really the podcast, and they're very few, to be quite honest. Like if I listen to a podcast, it's because either I'm feeling some type of way and I'm like, I want to know information just to kind of hear some advice. Or if I really just want to listen to some fun ones, like the guy that he's a comedian as well, and I know that you thought he was hot. He's a comedian,
Yeah.
and he's so funny. And the reason why I found him is
Mateo
because
Lane and his best friend Nick.
yes,
Yeah.
oh my god, I called him that.
Yeah, you're
That's
getting
why
them
I
all.
said you're
You're
gonna
getting the
make
gay
me.
switch. We're not all the same.
But yeah, their podcast is so funny, and I think it's just because I love their banter. Like I really just love how, they're just really kind of transparent in just how they feel about everything. And just like, yes, I appreciate that you're just not like sugarcoating any of this shit. Like I think I was watching one about why we don't need any sequels anymore. And they were talking about Jurassic Park, the new movie. And I was like, as a
Yes, I
huge
saw that
Jurassic
clip
Park
on
stan,
TikTok.
huge Jurassic Park person, I hated this newest movie. Even though
Really?
our guy is in it, even though Jay is in there,
I love
it
him.
was
Marry me.
awful. It was such an awful movie. Like I couldn't wait until it was over. It was so
I will have to say the last Jurassic Park before that, the end of the first, like the bringing of the original franchise and the second franchise was also shit. And I was like so brokenhearted again as a millennial that you bring all of these elements together and it had all the sauce to be perfect. And it was like, to quote Golden Girls, you're supposed to take your shoes off when you stamp on the grapes. Like it was a horrible mixture of, I don't know who wrote it. Sorry to the person who wrote it. What's that? Nikki, what's her name? Where she goes, I'm sorry to that man. I don't know who he is. But like, I'm sorry to those writers. I don't know who you are, but it was horrible. Do you know what I'm talking about? That
totally
quote?
agree.
Okay. So let's just finish up with, of course, we're going to finish up with something. Actually, let's do two things so that we can end on a lighter note. So we're going to talk about Trump, the dictator, because he is, that's who he is, and sending the National Guard out in D.C. after he already sent, the army or whatever it was here to L.A. So to me, this is basically 1984. You are trying to be Nazi Germany. And I pulled some more recent references. Ferdinand Marcos did something similar in the Philippines, in the Filipinos. And then Russia, obviously, and Belarus, which is essentially under Russian dictatorship, allegedly. And how does this make you feel as an American citizen that, like, if one day he's not happy with what's going on in your neighborhood, that he's just going to send the National Guard, which literally have guns, and they're an extension essentially of the army, of like the military service, which is not supposed to be used against its own citizens unless it's like fucking martial law.
Yeah. And I really think that's what he wants to have. Like that's kind of like where it's leading, you know what I mean? Is that he just wants everyone to listen to his bullshit. And I just feel like he's a little pawn. That's what I think that he is. He is very easily influenced by a bunch of different people. And he's a businessman, right? And so I think that
A
wherever
shitty
the
businessman.
money is, yeah, but wherever the money is, that's where he's gonna lean towards. So not even thinking about if he should or shouldn't do something. It's like, well,
There's no
I have
moral
all
filter.
these resources or whatever at my despair. I might as well just use them and cause bullshit. And that's where it's just like, because I was reading a couple of things about it too, and I'm just like you said, this is not what the National Guard is used or like what they're supposed to be here helping people. Who are they helping? What are they doing? What exactly are they doing? Right? And it's literally just using all of our resources for nothing. It's like he wants to
It's
create
intimidation
chaos.
paid for by the American taxpayer.
Yeah.
When we're already in debt, we have child poverty, we have a homeless crisis, we have mental health crises, we have so many places where we can use this federal funding, and yet we're sending out the military to help bring down carjackings in DC.
Yeah.
That's the premise.
Really? That's how
I'm calling
many
bullshit.
that they have
Yeah,
over there?
put yourself on a lie detector test. Okay, I would
It's
never
just
pass on Law
because
or Order
people are
SV.
yeah.
Okay, so we're about to go back into a Taylor Swift era. We're moving into a new era. And I watched a video on Instagram or TikTok, I don't know, one of a reel or a ticker, and people act like this
Ticker.
bitch is Nostradamus. They're like, okay, so she has been saying that she has been making sourdough, but sourdough is actually the mascot for this. So if you put it on, she started at 12:12 and she's talking about sourdough for 60 seconds, but it's actually the Super Bowl. It's the 60th Super Bowl. So she's going to be the I'm like, this bitch is not Nostradamus. Like, why do you think that you have to read all the clues? I'm so fucking confused. I like her, but like, I'm not like gonna like blood sacrifice to the show, like a life of a showgirl. Like, what? Like, this is like gay man coded. Like, I don't understand. I need you to help me make sense of it.
No, you're asking the wrong person, honestly, because I am definitely no Swiftie either. I also don't understand what the hype is about it. Yes, she does. I do have to say that sometimes, yes, she does have really catchy songs, but I don't see her as like the epitome of a pop star or whatever. I don't see her in that light. And I think, like, a bunch of my friends and I were talking about it, and I think someone had mentioned, like, how how dare she promote her new album on her boyfriend's podcast? Here's another podcast. On her
Girl,
boy, like,
what?
trying to outshine her boyfriend. And I was like, okay, like, they
That's
know,
ridiculous.
honestly, they both want to promote everything. They know that again, it's one of those partnerships where now you're getting all the NFL fans and you're getting all the Swifties together. So of course they're going to all, like, it's just more publicity, right? So who the fuck
But if we
cares?
look at the Nostradamus clues, maybe it has to do again with the Super Bowl because he's
Honestly.
he's a football player, and then she did it on her podcast, and then the color of her website changed it exactly the same. I'm like, oh my god, like it has to be exhausting. But like, I don't also like
It's
they're a
just
couple; they
sad.
should support each other. So like, and he
Yes.
also probably would
Why
not
is
have a
that?
podcast if he wasn't dating her. Okay, there's another fucking
Mm,
celebrity
very true.
podcast. There you go.
There you
It all
go.
comes
Yeah.
full circle.
Yeah.
Okay, so every week a guest brings a drink to the pod that represents their week. What is your drink?
This is my drink, and I'm literally taking shots of it. So it's not even a mixed cocktail because it's been that kind of week. Yay. And here's the funny thing. So, kind of like circling back, look at my shot glass.
Oh my sweet Lord. Describe it for those that are listening in their car.
Cute little Karomi shot glass because, millennial again in Sanrio madness.
Did you buy that on Instagram? Or you bought it in the Sanrio store?
No, I would never buy anything from the Sanrio store. Everything's like $75 for one thing. It is crazy how much they're charging, but I'll still buy it. Don't judge me.
So I'm going to continue my legacy of being lazy and messing up the drink. So I didn't grab a shot glass. So I'm just going to be real classy. I'm going to just chug it right out the bottle.
It's okay. Here, I'll do it with you.
Cheers to your first Abe. Thank you for being an amazing guest. Cheers. Right. Well, thank you, Culture Caucus. And thank you, Tanya, for being our 5th guest on Pop-Litical Read. You've been amazing. You didn't disappoint.
Thank you.
And I can't wait to see you soon. Bye.
Yes. Bye, everyone.